Anyone who has ever heard him sing, indeed, will agree. There was a uniquely distinctive quality to his voice. I guess because it came from deep within his soul. That voice naturally possessed a rich, powerful, and expressive tone, conveying and connecting deep emotions to any listener. Furthermore, he was also referred to as the actor, as he always played the lead role in a multitude of Shakespeare plays and Broadway musicals. The closest one to his heart was playing Daddy Warbucks in Annie. So much so, since it was around the time Mum was carrying me, he wanted Annie or Anne in the name. So here I am, Reanne. Years later, I recall just driving down with Dad anywhere around the city, and people would literally call out to him, "Hey, Daddy Warbucks." The very first time I witnessed that, phew, I thought I was driving along with some sort of celebrity. In addition to acting, he also directed plays and was called upon to judge citywide dramatics and vocal competitions. Another portion of his heart is probably still on all the soccer and hockey fields where he was captain of both teams, leading them to victory. He actually had fans. Spectators would come to view his matches, so much so that the girls would fight over the sweaty jersey thrown into the stands after a winning game. He was regarded as the most elite athlete because in addition, he always participated in the 100, 200, and 400-meter track, always bringing home the gold. Someone once said that when God was handing out talents, Dad was definitely first in line. And with everything you just heard, surely it rings true. It was wonderful that he made use of all his talents. However, the special thing about Dad was that he never considered all of his gifts and talents as his own. Instead, he would always say, "It all comes from God." All of this itself is impressive enough, but what truly made him an exemplary person was his devotion to family and loyalty shown towards friends. For example, Dad's life didn't exactly play out in the natural progression. Most men or women, their true duties and responsibilities of life begin when they get married and start their own family. But Dad was like a father figure to his much younger siblings, as his father, who was an officer in the Bank of Baroda, retired when his siblings were at the ages of 9, 8, and 5. So there itself, it's evident that Dad realized his call to duty, which he, on his own, gladly shouldered the responsibility with an open heart, full of love, and without an inkling of hesitation that any other man could have felt at his age, in the circumstance he found himself in. Dad was employed in the bank and started his work and career life the very next day after writing his final university exam, without even a day's break. The depth of the love and dedication towards his siblings parallels to what one feels for his children, and is indeed how he held them in his heart till today. Rest assured, he will closely watch over the three of you always. All of this is what makes him an outstanding human, literally one in a billion. Upon hearing now that he almost played the role of father figure to his siblings, clearly when he married my mom and it came time to raise us, he showered upon us the same kind of love, care, devotion, and tenderness. He always wanted to share everything with us, so much attachment he had toward us, that anywhere he had to be, may it be church or social and cultural events, he wanted all 4 of us present. Makes us wonder how this time he left without us. He was a hard-working man of principles. As far as I recall, he never even took a sick day. When we came to Canada, Dad had 3 more years to retire after already completing 11 years with the Bank of Baroda and 25 years with the US Consulate Bombay. In Canada, he continued to be actively involved by serving the community via various volunteer works, using his talents, life experience, compassion, and over-enthusiastic need to help people. He was also involved with the Knights of Columbus as a 4th-degree knight. We will always miss him dreadfully. It's hard to imagine life without him. It's hard to even imagine a world without Ralph Fonseca, as truly a most precious light has left this earth. However, here we are in a season of perpetual hope, peace, and joy. We can be especially sad that we've lost him right around Christmas time. But I think I can put a good spin on it. A lyric from one of Dad's favorite Christmas carols, Mary's Boy Child. It says, "Man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Indeed, because of that day, you, me, all of us have been given the opportunity to spend eternity in heaven. Thus I take comfort. Daddy will be celebrating his most meaningful and splendid Christmas this year." If I can also mention the very famous quote from one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, It's a Wonderful Life. "Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings." What better Christmas gift could any one of us have given him? Dad was a man of great faith. For instance, whenever he prayed to Our Lady or simply referred to her, he tenderly always called her Mama Mary, which stuck with me since I was quite young, and I always thought how very sweet that was. I think it speaks to his almost childlike innocence and depth of faith. Therefore, I would haven't sang in years. And I have to admit, I was not sure about the lyrics, which I just looked up yesterday. So this is almost extemporary. Music was his life. Therefore, I want to do this for Dad.
O Sancta